MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, Mega Podlings. Krazy Joe back at the Regal movie theater in Warrington, Pennsylvania. I haven't come here in a while because ever since I got my AMC A Plus membership, I've been going to AMC's because it's free. Well, not free, but $20 a month. So it doesn't make sense to pay to another theater when I've already paid and can see anything I want at AMC. However, I have a free ticket for Regal, so this isn't going to cost me anything. The timing of the show was better, and also Regal's having a promotion where if you see 4 Lionsgate movies, is it Lionsgate? I think it's Lionsgate, at a Regal theater, you get them for free as digital downloads when they're available. And Hellboy is one of the films in the promotion. So, you know, I'll take a free download. Why not? I just got to see the other 3 at a Regal. One of them's already taken care of. That just leaves 2 more. One of which is John Wick Chapter 2. So I can make that happen. So let's go check out Hellboy. The reviews have been terrible. They're saying it is not a good movie. Personally, I'm a fan of the Del Toro films. I would have liked to have seen Del Toro complete his trilogy. Apparently, Hellboy's creator Mike Mignola did not want that to happen because he did not like the direction that Del Toro was taking it in. But I'm going to try to have an open mind. Let's see how this goes. But the critics are saying it's really bad. We'll find out. There's the poster. I wish that was Ron Perlman. I wish this was directed by Del Toro. I wish there was a number 3 in the title. But, gotta have an open mind. Just because it's not a sequel to the Del Toro movies doesn't mean it can't be good. So let's be open-minded here. Let's hope for the best. And if we walk over here, this is the poster for Long Shot. That's one of the other movies I'm supposed to see to get the free download. If we walk over here, John Wick Chapter 3 poster. That's also one of the movies I'm supposed to see to get the free download. I'm definitely on board for John Wick Chapter 3. Long Shot, well, I like Seth Rogen, but frankly, I could take it or leave it. That's not one that would be high on my list, but we'll see. I am in Theater 9, over that way. First popcorn. All right, let's talk about Hellboy. This movie is not getting good reviews. It is really, really, really being trashed. So that begs the question, is it deservedly getting trashed? Or is this movie actually pretty good? Is it being unfairly trashed? Well, let me tell you, the answer is probably somewhere in between. It's not as bad as people are saying it is. A lot of the critics who've really been harsh on this movie, I think they're being a little unfair to it. But also, it's not that good. It's not awful, but it's nothing special. It's a mediocre minute film. It's a mediocre minute. That's what it is. Look, we've already had 2 Hellboy films, 2 good Hellboy films. I think Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, was the better of the 2, quite frankly, but they were both pretty good. Guillermo del Toro made really good Hellboy movies. Now, I think when it comes to Hellboy, those Guillermo del Toro movies are sort of like Stephen King and The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Everybody loved Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, except Stephen King, the creator of the work, didn't care for it. And I think that's what we have with Hellboy. We have these 2 Hellboy movies that pretty much everyone liked except Mike Mignola. Mike Mignola did not want Guillermo del Toro to do a third one. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro wanted to kind of do a final chapter of the Hellboy trilogy and end the story. And Mignola was like, no, you can't end Hellboy's story. That's my story to tell. That's not your story to tell. And he just would not allow it to happen. Also, while Hellboy 1 and 2 were well liked by fans, they were not huge box office hits. They did not make a whole lot of money. That kind of begs the question, I don't think we'll ever see a Hellboy movie again. Or if we do, it's going to be a good 20 years. Because Hellboy in the movies has kind of proven it's not a box office hit. Because even when it's good with the Del Toro films, it wasn't exactly raking in the cash. And now this one, it looks like it's going to be a total bomb. All right, enough comparing it to the previous films. Let's talk about what this film is itself. Let's judge it by its own terms. But part of the problem is some of it is we've seen this before. We've seen this before in the Del Toro movies. Like, there are scenes in this movie that I'm like, I saw this scene before in the Del Toro movies, in a better movie. So that's part of the problem. But judging the film by its own merits, it's just kind of boring and kind of listless. Like, it kind of stumbles upon from point A to B to C with not a whole lot of drive. It feels like there's good scenes. There's moments in this movie. There are good moments, good scenes, but it doesn't hold together. And more often than not, I was bored with the film. Like, I just was like, when's this going to end? Checking my watch. David Harbour is fine. Stranger Things, David Harbour takes over from Ron Perlman in the role of Hellboy. He's great. He doesn't do a bad job. The makeup isn't bad. But it's like, I think it's the direction more than anything else. Like, it just, I don't think they had a great script, and I don't think the director knew how to really bring any flair to the film. There was a funny gag involving Hellboy, a running gag about Hellboy answering his smartphone that I liked. I did dig that running gag about the cell phone. That was kind of fun. The makeup effects look good. Most of the special effects are pretty good. Yeah, it's like I said, this movie. It's just like there's nothing special to it. That's the problem. It feels like a retread. I don't hate this movie. I don't really think I'm ever going to have a desire to watch it again. It's total mediocre minute. But if you're a huge Hellboy fan, you just got to check the movie out. Go check it out. One of the things that kind of bugged me is one of the most popular Hellboy characters is his friend Abe Sapien. And, you may have noticed Abe Sapien wasn't in the trailers for this film. Abe Sapien really isn't a character in the film. And it's like, well, you kind of left out one of Hellboy's most popular characters, too. He wasn't there. And I don't know what more I could say here. Everyone's saying this movie is horrible, and the best I could say about it is, I don't think it's horrible, but I don't think it's anything worth recommending either. If you're a hardcore Hellboy fan, see it. 'Cause, if you're a hardcore Hellboy fan, you're going to want to see it no matter what. Otherwise, you could wait. You could see this on cable some night. Even then, you may find yourself flipping channels back and forth. Maybe that's the best way to watch it, quite frankly. Worst thing I could say, I was pretty indifferent to the movie. Oh well, I gave it a fair shot. Not that there was any hope for a Hellboy 3 by Del Toro, but if there was any hope, this film bombing at the box office is probably going to put the nail in that coffin. I don't think we're ever going to get the the 20 years later reboot or remake like Ivan Reitman's kid making Ghostbusters 3. I don't think we'll ever see that with Hellboy. This is just this. I think this franchise is officially dead, which is a shame because he's a great character. But I just don't see. There's not a demand at the box office for Hellboy because even the good ones like Hellboy 2: The Golden Army was great. Nobody went to see it, so. Maybe try him on television. Maybe a Hellboy TV series is the way to go. Maybe a Hellboy TV series on the DC Universe streaming service. And, Hellboy isn't a DC character. He's from Dark Horse Comics. But DC Comics did license the character of Hellboy to put him in the Injustice video game. So maybe they can license him again and make a TV series for the DC Universe. That could work, possibly. No, well, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the backdoor flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.